fans heard about you guys through the Jonas Brothers when you guys went on the world tour, and you guys did this crazy thing on the Full Moon Crazy tour where you guys played the show with the Jonas Brothers at the arena at night, but you guys also played your own show afterwards or before and did meet and greets. So was that really hard to do with the arena shows? Was it hard to balance both all the meet and greets and all the shows? Was it overwhelming at all?
I mean, on one hand, it was difficult just because the schedule was so crazy, but at the end of the day, it's like our dreams were finally coming true to be a touring act and a touring band. So, you know, none of it really felt like work. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between, you know, maybe being worn out, but none of it ever really felt like work. I mean, we were so psyched to be playing huge arenas and then going to other clubs and playing shows. So, and honestly, it kind of set the tone of our work ethic when it comes to touring. You know, some bands just roll into a city, play a show, and leave. And like Andy was saying, you know, even on this tour, we're spending our days volunteering at the Salvation Army and then doing shows. So, you know, we love what we do, so we don't mind the schedule.
Now, tonight we're in New York City, and this is kind of a homecoming for you guys because you guys are from the East Coast, and you guys live in LA as well. So can you compare and contrast living in New York and living in LA and what you guys like about each?
Yeah, New York, it's awesome to have experienced both coasts, both cities. I think New York definitely has like an energy about it that we really appreciate now that we live in Los Angeles. It's so exciting to come back here. Like, the streets are just hustling and bustling, and we sort of feed off that energy. You know, our album, A Tale of Risky Business Part 2, is really the culmination of both of those. We got to record a bunch of it in New York City at Avatar Studios, and then we got to fly back to Los Angeles and record the remainder of it. So it's got like a nice balance, you know, between the two. It's got like the New York sort of like edge and excitement and energy, and then, you know, there are some tunes that have sort of that more laid back, you know, sort of like fun culture that Los Angeles provides. So yeah, hope that answered it, sort of.
Now, what made you guys want to title your new album A Tale of Risky Business Part 2? Why did you want to continue the first one as opposed to making a different title like Fashionably Late?
It was well, you know what it was? It was kind of a continuation of that era of time when we recorded the first A Tale of Risky Business. So we kind of went back to our roots, went into the rehearsal space, and just like started playing songs, playing music as a band. We wanted it to be, you know, thought that was important that it came across that, you know, all of the instrumentation and us as playing as a band and playing together. So sort of like it was, you know, reminiscent of that first album, that era of music when we created that. So.
Now, something I think that's cool off of both the Tale of Risky Business and the Part 2 is that in between each song you have an interlude and a prelude. What made you guys want to do that? What inspired you to do that? Because not a lot of artists do that instrumental break in between each.
Sorry, I just
go for it.
Switch it up a little bit. Yeah, we just have always been fans of albums, you know, and we're in such a musical culture right now of just the single, and you know, we're artists and we had a ton of creative freedom on this record, so we said, you know, we did it on the first Tale of Risky Business, the Part 1, so we wanted to do it again, and you know, it's the original concept is that it's kind of, you know, one story, you know, it's like a book. So when it came to the music, we made sure that it all flowed together, and it was really exciting and a lot of fun, honestly, to put those interludes in. And, you know, something fun for the fans, on the interludes specifically, we all kind of switched up instruments, so you know, it's not listed in the record, but, you know, kind of fun for fans to maybe wonder if maybe that's Alex playing guitar or me playing drums or bass or Andy playing guitar or Jay playing a different instrument. So yeah, the interludes were definitely, I think, something that's going to stick around now for the rest of our albums, hopefully.
Now, you guys are very connected to your fans. You're one of those bands that always make it a point to meet them and go out and see them. Is there anything crazy that a fan has done or given you that's just blown your mind? I know you probably have a lot of stories, but is there any one that stands out?
Tattoos.
Yeah, tattoos are incredible. We have a lot of fans that have been getting Honor Society tattoos, and I mean, I remember the first one was a couple of years ago. Yeah, a girl got our autographs tattooed on her foot, and since then we've seen lyrics on shoulders and on arms. We've seen, you know, HS on different parts of the body. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, that's going to be on you for the rest of your life. That's kind of a big deal. So you know, when we see that kind of thing, it's like, it's humbling, and it's like, it's incredible that our fans are so invested in what we do that they're willing to, you know, to immortalize it on their body. So it really is, for us, it's inspiring, really, truly.
And I was walking through Hot Topic one day and I saw an Honor Society shirt, so I have to ask you guys, where's the weirdest place you guys have been recognized or noticed?
Well, so we are at a venue in New York City, and I was standing pretty much in this very spot right here, and a guy that works here at the venue said, "I remember you," and I was like, okay. And he used to work at a pizza place that I used to go to every day, like literally 10 years ago, and I must have gone in there so much. And he said he remembered he didn't remember me from Honor Society. So it's not, Alex can maybe answer that part of the question, but nonetheless, that was a pretty amazing experience that just happened. So,
Man, there was actually one really sort of weird moment. This was actually early on. I had we were still living in New Jersey, or I was still living in New Jersey. These guys were living in the city, and I was working at a restaurant, and I remember I was a waiter at this restaurant, and it was like sort of embarrassing because like come up to this table, and of course this one girl's like, "Oh my gosh, like you're Alex, like you play in Honor Society." I'm like, "Yeah," like, and I'm waiting tables, and I was like, yeah, you like want to like believe that your artists are like busy like in a basement like brooding and like writing or like doing something really awesome, and I was like working at a restaurant. I was like, "Yeah, we got a show coming up like in 2 weeks, like you should come out." So it was kind of funny.
I want you to rescue me. I want you to rescue me. I want you to rescue me.